correctional officers grade 1 kana vatopiwa zvitupa zvavo zvokupedza zvidzidzo izvi nemutungamiri wenyika vaComrade Emerson Mnangagwa paurongwa huri kuenderera mberi nhasi. Siyaqhubela phambili sikwazi ukuthi konke lokhu kuqhutshwa singapha eNtabazinduna bayesurisa ritsophili kana neolena ritsiba ritsotletse ritsamaya sentle ka tsela e totileng bona jale re sno hati wa ka mo emongwe a bongena mohulwane sa ka mokela ukuthi namhlanje silapha eNtabazinduna yini phela eliqhuba isifundo lezi yini phela elingasichasisela ukuthi lapha sibuye ngaluphi uhlelo namhlanje.
Ngiyabonga uqala ngithanda ukubingelela ababukeli ngekhaya. We are gathered today to witness a memorable Passout parade which comprises of 1,619 graduates. 1,106 of them are men, while 513 are women. These are two courses, the 154th and the 155th course. These courses have been combined for the purposes of graduation. The 154th course commenced its training on the 3rd of April 2024, whilst the 155th course commenced their training on the 2nd of July 2024.
Ngingasitshela ke ukuthi izifundo lezi zona zichoni ngoba siyabona ukuthi liyaqamba ukuthi kulabesifazana labesilisa abagqibe izifundo lezi namhlanje.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. The objective of the Correctional Officers course is to transform these young men from civilian life to professional correctional officers career, at the same time to impart skills, knowledge, competencies and attitude for them to effectively carry out their duties.
Kukunjai Superintendent Malikwe muri kuti chii kune avo vamwe vasikana nevakomana vari kuona zvakanaka zviri kuitwa nhasi ivo vanenge vachida kunzwa kudawo kuzopinda paurongwa uhu.
Ndotenda zvikuru vese vane chido chekunge vachijoina Zimbabwe Prison and Correctional Service vanofana kunge ivo vasvitsa makore 18 uyezve vane clean record, criminal record, vane utano hwakati swikei, they must be medically fit, and vane 5 O levels. 5 O levels zacho dzichisanganisira kunge vane English. Thank you.
Zvamuchitaura kuti kune 1,619 vanova ivo vaita zvidzidzo zvegore rino, izvo zvinoratidza kuti kana tichinzwisisa kuti muri kuti kwava nekuwanda kwavari kuuya kwavanenge vachiuya kuzoita zvidzidzo izvi.
Ndotenda zvikuru muchatarisa kuti makore apfuura tachirikuta vashomani, izvo zvava chikonzerwa nekuti mashure before independence chinangwa chemajere changa chiricho chekungovharira vasungwa mumajere nengoona chete kuti vapedza zvigaro zvavo, asi iye zvino muchaona kuti pava nekuvandudzika pakutipo there is transformation, and the new constitution requires us to rehabilitate and successfully.
Tinokutendai zvikuru tiri kuona kuti muri weZimbabwe mutungamiri wenyika vanova iwo mukuru weuto rinokona nezvekudzivirira kwenyika reZimbabwe Defence Forces vaComrade Emerson Mnangagwa vatitsika kunoku kuNtabazinduna Prisons Training School. Siyakwazi phela ukuthi umongameli welizwe okunguye umhlonitshwa kumkhosi wanamhlanje sebuyile lapha sengenile ezophatheka kuhlelo lolu oluqhubela phambili ngapha eNtabazinduna Prisons Training Schools bayesu riyasiba ritsotle ritsamaya ka tsela itotileng mulwane wa lefasi abongena hape abona nkazatshireletso ya fasi ZDF usinotsena metapilo wa lefasi Comrade Emerson Mnangagwa re santse re tswela pele re tsiba hore re ke Ntabazinduna Prison School Training School metapilo usinotsena.
The guest of honor is here, Bupilo, His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defence Forces, Comrade E.D. Mnangagwa. He will be officiating and graduating 1,619 graduates today here for course number 154 and 155. He is joining us now, and he will have a chance to move around and see the graduates today, as well as I am sure he congratulates them as well.
Siyabona Dora uphela ukuthi baningi abathokozayo bembona phela umongameli okunguye ohlala esithi uzulu weZimbabwe kumele manyane ephatheke kuze zonke inhlelo ezikhulu.
we are, our parade commander, Chief Superintendent Louis Maringwa, about to report the state of the parade to our guest of honor.
Good morning, Your Excellency, the head of state and government. 154 and 155 recruit correctional officers courses combined Passout parade, composed of 27 officers, 1 parade sergeant major, 24 squad generals, 24 detachments of 1,619 graduates, band and drums from the Asuna Prison Training School, all from the in mass, ready for your inspection, Your Excellency.
Ngalesi sikhathi bathandekayo sibona uparade commander wethu evika inani leviyo lakhe lokuma kwalo ecela ukuthi umongameli wethu asibukele iviyo.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished invited guests, the parade commander, Chief Superintendent Louis Maringwa, has just requested for our guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa, to inspect the parade, course number 154 and 155. As you can see, evidenced with what is happening now, the request is graciously accepted, and His Excellency there, our chief guest, accompanied by Commissioner General Dr. Moses Sirio Ngawaite Chiwovu, Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, together with the school command assistant Commissioner Doreen Stokozile Shoko. They are also accompanying our chief guest for the inspection of the parade. excellence in their presentation and preparedness as they stand before our guest of honor today. They exhibit their unwavering dedication to serve with discipline and professionalism. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's also appreciate our guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Mururu ne muruidzo. Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa.
Thank you for the inspection, Your Excellency. Permission to march past in slow and quick time and to perform some group display, Your Excellency. Thank you, Your Excellency.
May we all be seated? Thank you.
Sesingahlala phansi siyabonga.
Superintendent Louis Maringwa, the parade commander of Combined Course number 154 and 155. We are witnessing a spectacle of discipline and precision as our parade commences in both slow and quick time. Asinziyo iyo, irikuyimbwa yone PCS Tabazinduna military band. Indeed, we certainly cannot forget the pivotal role that was played by Mbuya Nehanda in this struggle for our independence. As a spiritual leader and nationalist, Mbuya Nehanda embodied the resistance against colonial rule. She was not only a symbol of the fight against oppression, but also a source of inspiration for many of us, as evidence with what is happening here today.
Yeah, bathandekayo, ngalesi sikhathi sibona uChief Superintendent Louis Maringwa laphana, onguye uparade commander wethu, esiya phambili ekuphilela iviyo lethu namhlanje. Sithanda lokulazisa ngebhendi lethu leli elitshaya inkulu elisikhumbuza emandulo elisikhumbuza uMbuya Nehanda wethu laba abayibe basilela impi yenkululeko ukuze sithole iwuzibuse wethu njengoZimbabwe omuhle. Siyabonga mabuthethu lasithwele inkululeko sifike lapha. Silapha eTabazimna Prisons Training School, ibhendi lethu lenza kuhle. Siyabonga silibona linika abantwana amadlabuzane bephakamisa inyawo ngokufanayo sengathi ngumuntu oyedwa betshengisa ukuziqoqa lokuzibutha besenza umsebenzi wawo abawufundeleyo. Siyabonga abantu bethu, siyabonga kakhulu.
nasi tiri kufara tiri kunwa nekudya nekuda kwemagamba enyika ino akapaya pachimoyo. Indeed, we have a lot of heroes and heroines who perished in Tanzania, brave men and women who sacrificed their lives for the independence of Zimbabwe, for us to enjoy the fruits of our motherland, Zimbabwe. Today, we are a sovereign state, a happy nation, a united people, thanks to our liberation war heroes who made great sacrifices so that we could enjoy the freedom and enjoy this function, Magwini.
Ye bathandekayo lokho siqhubeka silokho silethulela sibona abantwana behamba kancane kancane esiyibiza ngokuthi slow march laphana bashayele eduzane bonke ngokufanayo besenza into abayifundeleyo. Sikhokhela libhendile laphana isitshayela amaculo, iculo elimnandi, iculo elisikhumbuza emumva, sikhumbuza emandulo, sikhumbuza abokhokho bethu abalwela inkululeko besithi nyazonya nyazonya. Yikho lapho kwafela khona amaqhawe amanengi ayelwela inkululeko ukuthi sikhululeko thina sibe ngabakholisayo. Njengoba namhlanje silapha siyabungaza nje kungenxa ye-Passout parade ka-Coast 154 lo-Coast 155. Asithokozeni lapho esikhona sitshaya umpululo, abantwana benza kuhle, siyabonga.
This is how we do it. Donzira dzedu idzodzi dzatinotevera nayi mitemo inotitungamirira pakuita basa. Mururu nemuridzo. As soon as the parade approaches the dais, you shall be all requested to be upstanding. This is a sign of respect to our guests of honor.
Ye lapho iViolet lusondela lapho kulomongameli wesikole sizalithatha lisukume lonke liletha ukuhlonipha kuye. Siyabonga.
arrive there. Chief Superintendent Louis Maringwa, the parade commander, being assisted by Chief Correctional Officer Sashikile Mpofu, the parade adjutant. Ururu Nemurizo! Something is about to happen. Let us all be attentive.
Yeah, bathandikayo, sithanda ukulazisa ukuthi onguyokhokhelela iviyo lethu laphana, ngu-Chief Superintendent Louis Maringwa laphana, yena elomsekeli wakhe u-Parade Adjutant laphana, u-Chief Correctional Officer W Sahlukile Mpofu laphana, ikukuma kweviyo lethu. Sibone ukushishiyene abantwana sebephakamisa isikhali, abanye bezikhangelise phezulu, abanye sezikhombe lapha baya khona, abanye zikhombe eceleni ngokufana betshiyana ngezinga zabo. Siyabonga, sibukeleni singayindawo. Siyabonga.
Something is about to happen. Let us all be attentive. We are now witnessing a different style of marching as the officers skillfully handle their rifles in a distinctive way. Look at that. So much elegance. All members of detachment number 1 are holding their rifles in recover arms. Detachment number 2 has its arms. They are holding their rifles in recover arms. And also the rear file holds their arms at high court. This pattern is repeated respectively by all following detachments. No unyanshi, unowani papano pata wasiduna training school. Kurukungoona futi dzakapakatwa naye. Dzakapakatwa zvemhando pamusoro-soro kuratidza kuti vana vakatesherwa mapini.
Ye ngalesi sikhathi sizabona ukuhamba kusehluka. Sesibona napha abantwana sebetshintsha bebambe izikhali zabo ngokuhlukeneyo, betshengisa uqoqotshi bakhe lokungavithi babo ukuthi bakufundele lokhu abakwenzayo. Lokhu kuphela kutholakala lapha eNtabazana Training School kuphela, akukho lapho ngakuthola khona. Siyabonga.
A wave of energy and vigor as they march in big time. Their step marked with precision and intent. This display testifies to their agility and readiness, evidencing their dedication to training. As soon as the parade approaches the dais, we shall all be requested to be upstanding. This is a sign of respect to our guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Labunzo Mnangagwa.
isikhathi sibona uCurrent Commander wethu lapha uChief Superintendent ephuma phandle efuna ukunika abantwana ithuba lokuthi bazibonise lokho abadume ngakho. Siyabonga.
As we are enjoying every minute of this event, the men and women immaculately dressed in the parade today are not only showcasing their marching prowess, they are also exhibiting the tremendous work undertaken by both correctional officers and inmates in our various correctional institutions, especially the correction workshop manufacturing. They are manufacturing these uniforms as well as of those in our camp. We are very proud of our tailors section. Murukungo zonera vachimacha kudai mayuniform awakapfeka anosonwa nemaofficers edu pamwe chete nevari mukati meusungwa vanonyatsa kuvatsepetudza kuti tsepetu 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 makwini.
Iye bathandekayo ngalesi sikhathi sithanda ukulazisa ukuthi laba bantwana ngendlela benza ngayo batshengisa ukusinikela lokuzivutha ngendlela elibabona besenza ngayo. Besenza umbukiso omuhle kangaka, bevunule ngamasuti amahle kangaka ebawuthungelwa yilaba abaphakathi entolongweni. Sibafundisa ukuthi bathunge bathi bephuma sebengabantu abalungile. Siyabonga ama-tailors ethu ngokusenzela umsebenzi omuhle kangaka. Siyabonga kakhulu abantwana bacecile bazintethe. Siyabonga siyabonga ama-tailors ethu ngomsebenzi omuhle kangaka.
Another level of our program. These displays of physical skill and coordination not only exemplifies the officers' exceptional discipline, but also serve as a strong symbol of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service unwavering commitment to protecting society from criminal elements through offender incarceration and rehabilitation, so that they successfully reintegrate back into the society. Yes, we witness unity, dedication, and service to the nation as the officers join together in their quest for a safer and more just society for all of us. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Bathandekayo sibona abantwana besenzela isimanga lapha phakathi enkundleni besifaka kwelinye izinga lohlelo lwanamhlanje. Siyabonga abantwana benze isimanga esihle kakhulu betshengisa ukusinikela lokuthembeka ekwenzeni umsebenzi wabo. Lokhu bakwenza betshengisa befuna ukubonisa lokhu abazakwenza emsebenzini wabo lapha sebethunyelwe ukuthi bayesebenzela umkhulumeni wethu. Siyabonga kakhulu thina umsebenzi wethu njengeZimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service yikuthi sivikele umphakathi ngazo zonke indlela. Sivalela laba abayizephulamthetho abangaphandle, sibaletha entolongweni ukuthi babe ngabantu abaphuma entolongweni sebeguqukile, sebelombono etshiyeneyo. Siyabonga yumpi umsebenzi wethu lowo njengeZimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service. Siyabonga.
For course number 154 and 155.
Yeah, siboneni ukudla kwamehlo bazali xa sivumelana singabatshayeli umkhulu labantwana sitshaya inkwelo ngoba benza kuhle kakhulu. Course 154 lo course 155 yaphala beluvela.
Correctional Service is to become the leading correctional institution in the region and beyond. With that energy and vigor, indeed, it might be a dream, but one day, ladies and gentlemen, with that energy, indeed, one day it will come true. If you agree with me, let's put our hands together for this historical combined course of number 154 and 155. Mururu ne murizo, bari kufamba, jimade pap soro soro, bari kufamba mkamwe, inzwaile futi zozo nganyatso matwa nae. Kana ari mawoko ari kufamba mkamwe. Amakwini.
Yeah, bathandekayo thina njenge-Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service umbono wethu kumbe injongo yethu ngoyokuthi sibe ngumphathethi omkhulu ozapheka ama-correctional officers alobungcitshi alokotho kusiyafika ku-2030 sikhangelane lokuthi sibe sesidlule ubungcitshi bethu sobukhulu kakhulu lapha e-Afrika kumbe kudlule ngaphandle kwe-Afrika. Siyabonga xa likhangele libona ama-officers ethu abantu abethu bebambe izikhali zabo ngobuqotho bezibambe bazithi ngci akekho olesikhali esixegayo kumbe sike sakhithikela phansi batshengisa ukuzinikela lokuzimisela emsebenzini wabo. Asibatshayeleni umpululo, sibatshayeleni inkwelo bathandekayo. Abantu abethu benza kuhle phakathi enkundleni lapha. Siyabonga abantu abethu ngokubukisa umsebenzi omuhle kangaka. Abathandekayo ezethekeli zethu ezihloniphekayo ezileyo lapha kukhona sokufuna ukwenzakala lapha. Khanya kukhona abantwana abafuna ukuthi basilobele khona, balobele umongameli wethu singayindawo njalo singaxwayisi kwamelo. Siyabonga.
Without any commander issuing instructions. They can do it. ZPCS Tabaziduna military bands, the bands that will not disappoint.
Yeah, themba liyasibonela abantu abethu. Abantu abethu benza njani bahloniphe kethu. Abantu abethu benza izimanga bengela umuntu obanika umlayo.
So the recruit correctional officers here are preparing to craft a message to our guest of honor. The message is dedicated to our guest of honor. And so on the left side of the dais, they have written, Sadak Chair, a hearty congratulations to Your Excellency for taking over the chairmanship of SADC, a true testimony of your dedication and your hard work, Your Excellency. And to the right side of the dais, they have also written a message, Your Excellency, which says Pi Culture, an acronym in the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service. P stands for productivity, and the I, innovation, the E, entrepreneurship. This is an approach of doing things that we have adopted, a transformational path defining the correctional aspect in the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service. And Your Excellency, at this juncture, allow me to humble myself by asking you, Your Excellency, to stand and witness what has been written by course number 154 and 155 as a sign of a token of appreciation for gracing this momentous occasion, Your Excellency. Thank you. You may take your seat, Your Excellency.
Siyabonga umongameli wethu ngokuthi ukhethe waba uchairman weSADC ngenxa yokusebenza ngokuzikhandla lokuzinikela wabona babone kuqhakathekile ukuthi kube njalo. Bayabonga abantwana besithi libusisila ngala namhlanje lenzila ngala namhlanje laqhakatheka kibo ababonga kakhulu. Aphinde babonge lo Commissioner General le team yakhe yonke ngokusebenza ngokuzikhandla futhi bekuthuthukisa iZimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service beyisa phambili. Bathi bayabonga abantwana. Siyabonga batshayeleni izandla abazali, abantwana batshayeleni umpululo benza kuhle. Bayabonga.
Course number 154 and 155 today. They appreciate, they are very happy. That's why they have written this message, Mabini SADC Chair. Appreciating, and this is a true testimony of the exceptional leadership in steering the regional bloc towards modernization, industrialization, innovation, and prosperity.
Yeah. Iqinisolele abantwana bathi siyabonga kakhulu. Siyabonga kakhulu mongameli. Awuletha
course number 154 and 155. Maoko.
Umpululu. Bathi bayabonga abantwana. Babonga ukuthi bethekelelwe namhlanje. Siyabonga.
Preparing to take us to the next stage of our program. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the proceedings.
Ngalesi sikhathi sibona umphathi commander wethu laphana Chief Superintendent Louis Marengwa esisabo elinye izinga lohlelo lwethu namhlanje. Asiqaleni sinethezeke silinde sibona okulandelayo. Siyabonga.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen, says BCS Tabasindula military band. They will now move to the front of the parade to showcase their artistic talents and entertain the honored guests. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax and allow yourselves to be serenaded by the soothing melodies of the ZBCS military band. Their music has the power to calm and uplift our souls. Enjoy the experience. Thank you, Superintendent Masona and Chief Correctional Officer Mukwakwa. mukomana akabata hosho uyo mutyei naye. Mutyei mukomana iyeye as soon as the parade approaches the dais, as soon as our band approaches the dais, you shall be requested to be outstanding. It's a sign of respect to our guest of honor.
bathi bayabonga mongameli, bathi bayabonga besenza kuhle kangaka, siyabonga.
May we be seated? Thank you.
Singahlala phansi siyabonga bendlu yethu elihle kangaka elisithayela amathathu amahle kangaka asikhuthazayo asinika amadlabuzane okuqhubekela phambili sibona umbukiso wabantwana.
And now, silent foot drill. Yes. Without any command from their instructors or detachment commanders, they continue to function as a unity there, demonstrating their capacity to work collaboratively towards a common goal. A round of applause. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Mururu Nemurizo.
Laphana sibona abantwana bebukisa ngenyawo kuphela kungela obalawulayo besenza kuhle belumbene betshengisa ukuzivutha. Asibatshayeleni izandla laphana, umpulule ezandleni bazali benza kuhle abantwana laphana.
Matendo wa shumba mrambwe mururu Nemurizo uko.
Babonga abantwana babonga ukuwethekelwa.
And now foot and arms drill with rifle control.
umpululu laphana benza kuhle abantwana.
Wona, Mururune Maritza. Incredible performance there. Let's give them a very big pump.
Ye benza kuhle laphana abantu bethu. Sibabona sebesibonisa umbukiso we-military wedding laphana umtshado webutho. Besikhuthaza ukuthi uZimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service siyachada thina. Siyakhuthaza ukuthi ama-officers achade. Hayi kuhlala ukuhlala nje kungekho emthethweni. Siyabonga.
Military waiting for you there. A round of applause. Rovai Maoko. Watch the execution of this display. It's as if they are controlled by an invisible switch, ensuring they move in perfect unison. Yes? Yes, an invisible switch is controlling them. Let's give them a round of applause. Mururune Murizo!
Yeah. Siyabonga sibatshayela umlulu laphana bahamba ngathi baqhume egetsini bayenza kanye konke abakwenzayo. Siyabonga laphana bantwa bethu.
As we wait for the parade commander to take us to the next level of our program, there is Chief Superintendent Louis Maringwa there about to take us to the next stage of our program. So people are asking us, how does ZPCS recruit? It's very easy, ladies and gentlemen. Information is channeled through the mainstream media and our online social media platforms. So I was saying, we also use our online social media platforms, such as our Facebook page. We also use our Twitter handle. And as Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, we do not engage in any third parties. And take note, ladies and gentlemen, no application fee are required. Ndizvo makwili. Apana vatinobhadharisa kuti muve ma-correctional officers. Nekuti vamwe vane chidokwa kuuya nai kuzovewo ma-correctional officers. Basa redu nderekuchengetedza vari mukati meusungwa. Kuti kana vachinge vapedza mutongo wavo vakwanise kudzokera kumhuri dzavanenge vakabva, kunharaunda dzavanenge vakabva, vari vanhu vakatendeka makwiri.
Yeah, sendingazibuza ukuthi iZimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service ithatha kanjani, iqhatsha kanjani. Thina sinendlela esiqhatsha ngayo, sibhala thina sazisa abantu.
to another segment of our today's proceedings. Shortly, you shall witness the parade advancing in review order. May we all rise as the parade advances in review order.
Singaphakama lapha iparade libuya phambili. Thank you. We may take our seats. Your Excellency, at this juncture, in respect of our time, allow me to quickly run down list of our esteemed guests. Today in attendance, we have our parent minister, Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziambi, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Development for Matabeleland North Province, Honorable Richard Moyo. We have the Commissioner General of Prisons and Correctional Service, Commissioner General Dr. Moses Sirio Ngawaite Chiwopu, the School Commandant, Tabasinduna Training School, Assistant Commissioner Jolene Stokozina Shoko, the Deputy Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Reverend Paul B. Damasani, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Nyuwe, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Matabeleland South Province, Honorable Evelyn Lovu. We have Honorable Cabinet Ministers in our midst. We also have the Deputy Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Norbert Tichaona Mazungunye, the Permanent Secretary for Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Ms. Vimbai Nyemba. She's also with us today. We have Permanent Secretary, they are also here. We have in our midst the Chairman of Service Commissions, represented by Mr. Magomo. The Attorney General, Ms. Virginia Mapiza, is in attendance today. We have the President of the Chiefs Council, Chief Chane Kumalo. In our midst, we also have Service Chiefs, members of the Parliament, they are also here, Commissioners of Prisons and Correctional Service Commission. We have senior members of the security services. We have retired senior officers
of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service. Senior government officials are also in attendance. Our traditional chiefs and local leadership is also here present. Members of the provincial JOC, we have invited guests, the local community, families and friends of recruit correctional officers, course number 154 and 155. As evidence with what we are seeing, we also have the media fraternity. And moving right along with our program, Your Excellency, allow me at this juncture, with much privilege, to invite the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Senior Chaplain, Assistant Commissioner Morris Muchanyerei, to come forward and share divine words of wisdom and offer a prayer that will guide us in this event. Assistant Commissioner Morris Muchanyerei, essay.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Permission to lead homily prayer. Thank you, Your Excellency.
A round of applause as the senior chaplain takes to the podium.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, allow me to write on the protocol already laid. I shall read a text from Matthew chapter 5, verse 18 to 15. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salt again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out, trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a barrel. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. The text I've just read, Jesus teaches us that we are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. As recruit correctional officers, you have the unique opportunity to be that salt that preserves, the light that shines in the lives of those in your care. As agents of rehabilitation, you have the power to transform lives, to bring hope to the hopeless, to help people rediscover their purpose. But this requires more than just doing your job. It requires a commitment of excellence, a heart of compassion, and a spirit of patriotism. Today marks a new journey as a correctional officer. I encourage you to be disciplined as you partake your duties, to be patriotic in your service, to be passionate about rehabilitation, reintegration. Remember that your role is not just about enforcing rules, but about helping people change their lives, thinking patterns, and behavior. As you go out to serve in different stations, be the salt that preserves, the light that shines, and the agents of rehabilitation that brings hope and transformation to those in your care, bearing the mantra, Nyika inowakwa, newene wayo igonamatirwa, newene wayo igotongwa, newene wayo. Shall we pray? Sovereign Lord, eternal Father, light of lights, one in whom we rely our unfailing wisdom, we give you our praise and honor for enabling this recruit correctional course 154 and 155 reach this day of Passout. We are humbled today with the presence of our guest of honor, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, who continue to inspire us to be the leading correctional officer in the region and beyond. Bless our Commissioner General, the management, commandant and staff officers as drivers towards successful rehabilitation and the reintegration trust. We pray for parents, guardians, relatives, and invited guests who are here with us. Bless our nation, Zimbabwe, that we may continue to rise and to be productive in this season of summer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Siyabonga umthandazo ovela ku Assistant Commissioner Morris Mchanyireni esiqhubekela phambili esivulela ngenkonzo enhle kangaka. Siyabonga.
At this historical momentous occasion, Your Excellency, with your indulgence, I humbly request the honor to invite the distinguished leader, Commissioner General Dr. Moses Sirio Ngawaite Chiwovu, whom you have entrusted with the helm of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service. Indeed, the organization has achieved remarkable milestones in offender rehabilitation and reintegration. We have adopted the transformational path, and our approach now is hinged on the acronym PI culture. We are redefining our culture: productivity, innovation, entrepreneurship, a true testament to his unwavering commitment to excellency and service to the nation. Commissioner General, sir, may you kindly take to the podium for your welcome remarks.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziambi Ziambi, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Matabele North Province, Honorable Richard Wowe, the Commandant Ndabazinduna Training School, Assistant Commissioner Doreen Shoko, the Deputy Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Reverend Paul B. Damasani, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Mngube, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Matabele South Province, Honorable Evelyn Dlovu, all Honorable Cabinet Ministers here present, the Deputy Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Norbert Chaona Mazungunye, the Permanent Secretary for Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Mrs. Wimbai Nyemba, all Permanent Secretaries here present, the Chairperson of Service Commissions represented by Ms. Timagomo, the Attorney General, Ms. V. Mabiza, President of the Chiefs Council, Chief Kumalo, Service Chiefs. I've also recognized Commander AFZ, Wanjede, all members of Parliament here present,
Commissioners of Prisons and Correctional Service Commission, senior members of the security services, retired officers of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, senior government officials, our traditional chiefs and local leadership here present, members of the provincial JOC, all invited guests, the local community, families and friends of recruit correctional officers, the media, fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. I am humbled to stand before you today on behalf of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service family, and indeed on my own behalf, to cordially welcome you all at Ndabazinduna Training School. Today is a momentous occasion where we are complimenting and cherishing the successful pass out of course number 154 and 155 recruit correctional officers. A total of 1,619 recruits comprising 1,106 males and 513 females are graduating today. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to extend a special welcome to our esteemed guest of honor, who is always behind us in all our correctional endeavors. Your Excellency, today you have once more spared your valuable time to be with us at this special event. This clearly demonstrates the value you place on the role of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, which is in promoting peace and national security in the country. I also want to extend our warm welcome to honorable ministers, permanent secretaries, service chiefs, senior government officials, and all invited guests for gracing this momentous pass-out parade ceremony. May I take this opportunity to express our sincere appreciation to the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, His Excellency, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, for the vital support that the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service is getting from the government. This is critical in chasing the organization vision of becoming the leading correctional service provider in the region and beyond. Unquestionably, our officers are highly motivated, and this has instilled self-worth amongst officers in the discharge of their duties. Courtesy of this support, the department is being capacitated to enhance its operational and administrative capabilities. Subsequently, this will ensure that we have a dedicated and proficient team, ZPCS, to effectively carry out our responsibilities as constitutionally mandated. Such support has also enabled the organization to make great strides in the field of operations and rehabilitation, although we still have to do more in upholding and advancing the rehabilitation and reintegration agenda. I am delighted to mention that the enactment of the new Prisons and Correctional Service Act, Chapter 7.23, has empowered the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service to bolster our efforts in the rehabilitation and reintegration purview. By focusing on rehabilitation over punishment, the new legislation aims to strengthen the furnishing of former inmates with the requisite skills and support for successful re-entry back to society after serving their sentence. Reintegration is crucial not only for personal growth of released inmates, but also it enhances public safety and reducing recidivism rates. When ex-offenders are provided with access to education, employment opportunities, and social services, they are more likely to become contributing members of society. This holistic approach fosters a sense of belonging and encourages positive citizenship, ultimately strengthening the fabric of our nation. Hence, through effective reintegration efforts, we seek to transform lives and promote a more inclusive and resilient society. As we look towards the future, I want to emphasize the importance of initiating, collaborating, and strengthening our efforts for the successful reintegration of ex-inmates into society. This involves developing supportive programs that address specific challenges of ex-inmates and fostering collaboration among various stakeholders to pool resources towards the common cause. Advocating for policies that reduce stigma and improving access to employment, housing, and psychosocial support aid ex-inmates in their transition, thereby contributing to safer and stronger communities in general. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, the young men and women before us today have completed the initial training and are prepared to embark on their roles on offender incarceration, rehabilitation, and reintegration. They are tasked with upholding the law, ensuring community safety, and safeguarding our national values. Their commitment to duty and loyalty to the Constitution that require public support to effectively guarantee security for all. To the recruit correctional officers, may I take this opportunity to congratulate you all for your endurance in overcoming all odds during the training duration. Our core values should serve as the guiding principles in your new role as correctional officers. It is crucial that you should apply everything imparted to you during your training, and in so doing, you dare not fail in effectively carrying out your respective responsibilities. In the same vein, may I challenge officers commanding provinces and officers in charge to ensure that the new officers are well oriented and matured when deployed to respective stations. I also urge the leadership at various levels in the service to give all the necessary support so that these young cadres will serve with distinction. Your Excellency, to conclude my remarks, may I once again express our profound gratitude for setting aside your busy schedule to come and be with us today. We remain serving an inspiration of good governance and safeguarding our territorial integrity. Together, we will continue to work towards a safe and peaceful Zimbabwe. Allow me at this juncture to kindly request everyone to relax and feel at home whilst we enjoy the proceedings of the day. Siyabonga, tinotenda, we thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Commissioner General Dr. Moses Sirio Ngawaite Chiovu.
Siyabonga Commissioner General wetu ngokusethulula amazwi ahlakaniphileyo ebantwaneni bethu. Siyabonga kakhulu.
And now, Your Excellency, I now have the pleasure to invite the Parent Minister, Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziambi, to take to the podium, introduce our esteemed Chief Guest of Honor, request our Chief Guest of Honor to present certificates and awards to the best students after they have been called to come forward, and also finally request for our guest of honor to address us. Honorable Minister Sam.
Our Director of Ceremony, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Matabeleland North Province, Honorable Richard Moyo, the Commissioner General of Prisons and Correctional Service, Commissioner General Dr. Moses Cyril Chiwopu, the Commandant Ndabazinduna Training School, Assistant Commissioner Doreen Shoko, the Honorable Ministers here present. I saw Minister of Finance Prof. Nuve, Honorable Nyoni and Honorable Matuke, the Deputy Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Norbert Mazungunye, the Permanent Secretary for Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Ms. Limbai Nyemba, the Deputy Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Reverend Paul Damasani, all Permanent Secretaries here present, the Chairman of Service Commissions, represented by Mr. Magomo, the Attorney General, Ms. Virginia Mabiza, President of the Chiefs Council, Chief Mchana Kumalo, Service Chiefs here present, Members of Parliament here present, Commissioners of Prisons and Correctional Service here present, Senior Members of the Security Services, Retired Senior Officers of the ZPCS, Senior Government Officials, our Traditional Chiefs and Local Leadership here present, Members of the Provincial JOG, all invited guests, the local community, families, friends of recruit correctional officers, members of the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. I am once again honored to be here at the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services Ndabazinduna Training School, where we are witnessing the historic Passout parade of recruit correctional officers. Your Excellency, sir, on behalf of the Minister of Justice and the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, and indeed on my own behalf, we are deeply honored by your revered presence today. Despite your demanding schedule, you have graciously chosen to spend your valuable time with us, and we are truly grateful. Today's graduation ceremony, Your Excellency, stands as a testament to the significant progress the Ministry has made through the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service in its ongoing efforts to promote peace and national development. It is universally acknowledged that peace is the cornerstone for economic growth and national development. We therefore cherish government's continued support to ZPCS, particularly on capacitation and training of human resources, as evidenced by the graduation we are witnessing today. This indisputably ensures that the department fulfills its constitutional mandate of protecting society through the incarceration, rehabilitation, and reintegration of offenders. By so doing, the nation will be guaranteed to progress and prosper under a crime-free environment. May I therefore take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to express our sincere appreciation to the Commissioner General and his team for concerted efforts to ensure that ZPCS is resourced with trained cadres who are resolutely geared to serve the nation. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter to these recruits in their transition to fully fledged correctional officers. As you will now be agents of the justice delivery system, it is also critical to be mindful of the growing concern of corruption, which has become a threat to the integrity of our institutions. We have seen some officers succumbing to it, thus tarnishing the reputation of the service and the nation at large. You therefore need to resist the pressures and reject all forms of corruption. Anyone found contrary will face the full wrath of the law. Your Excellency, sir, I am glad to mention that my ministry, in liaison with the ZPCS, is in the process of reviewing policies and regulations in line with the provisions of the new Prisons and Correctional Service Act, Chapter 7.23. This will positively see the effective implementation of the parole system and establishment of community correctional centers, among other aspects. These programs, Your Excellency, are crucial in advancing the reintegration process and also assisting in reducing overcrowding in our correctional facilities. Equally, Your Excellency, I am elated to note that ZPCS is leaving no stone unturned to address challenges faced by inmates and ex-inmates in their passage to reintegration back to society. In this endeavor, the service has initiated a bid to facilitate the establishment of a foundation aimed at addressing these challenges. Through stakeholder involvement, the foundation will provide support programs and mobilize resources necessary for the successful implementation of reintegration activities. As a ministry, we are fully behind this ingenuity and will ensure that the vision becomes a reality. While the issue of reintegration requires such initiatives, it is also vital to make concerted efforts and continue fostering regional collaboration among correctional services to holistically ensure successful reintegration. I therefore urge all correctional services in Africa to fully utilize the African Correctional Services Association in order to propel exchange programs for mutual benefit towards successful reintegration. It is our belief that African problems should be solved by African solutions. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, I am humbled to stand before you today introducing our esteemed guest of honor. The very important person who is amongst us is an illustrious personality who holds a vital place in the history of Zimbabwe. He is a revolutionary, a veteran of the liberation struggle, and a champion of national development. He was deeply engaged in the fight against colonial oppression at a young age. Alongside his fellow freedom fighters, he was driven by a profound commitment to the liberation of Zimbabwe. His determination led him to undergo rigorous military training, which became instrumental in the resistance against the oppressive white settler regime. Following Zimbabwe's hard-won independence in 1980, he served in various government roles, consistently excelling in all the assignments. His remarkable leadership and dedication saw him appointed as Speaker of Parliament, where he led with distinction and later entrusted with several key government ministries. Ultimately, he was appointed Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. His loyalty, integrity, and unwavering commitment to our country made him a revolutionary, tried, tested, and respected leader. Our important guest is also a highly accomplished lawyer who dedicated much of his career to reforming the justice delivery system in Zimbabwe. In addition to his political career, our chief guest is a successful farmer who has also made significant contributions to ensure our nation's food security. His positive impact on Zimbabwe's current development thrust is immeasurable, as evidenced by notable transformations taking place in our country. He is a true visionary on empowering citizens and national development. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, it is with great respect that I now invite our chief guest, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, His Excellency, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, to present certificates to best recruits correctional officers and thereafter deliver his keynote address. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Sir, before we wait for our chief guest to do justice, allow me, Your Excellency, with your permission, it is with great pleasure that we take a moment to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of our outstanding students. As we honor these remarkable individuals, we also extend our sincere gratitude and recognition to every student and their dedicated lecturers who have contributed to this journey of excellence. On that note, may I call upon students who excelled, course number 154 and 155, to come forward. Mururu nemuridzo vana vachifamba nai.
Asibachayelele umpululu nampa abantwana benze kuhle kakhulu ku course 154 lo course 155 buya phambili sibachayelele umpululu sibachayelele inkwelo nampa bezophiwa izithupha zokwenza kahle umongameli wethu onguye umnxuso wethu omkhulu lapha namhlanje umhlonisha wethu siyabonga.
And now, allow me, Your Excellency, to invite the Commissioner General, Dr. Moses Siria Ongawaite Chiwovu, and the School Commandant, Assistant Commissioner Doreen Shoko, to join you, Your Excellency, in the presentation of certificates and awards.
Ngalesi sikhathi sizabona abantwana benikwa izithupha ezokwenza kuhle siyabonga.
Overall best student of course number 154 2939906 Z Recruit Correctional Officer Chinyamunjiko Tawonga.
Nguye lo umntwana owenza kahle obachayi wababhuqa bonke yena uhamba le $425 US laphana esesandleni sakhe le HP laptop le bag lesikhwama sakhona sona sivela ku Mr Maphako of Bodeka Tradings siyabonga. Okunye kwesibili laphana isipha sithwele le gift box laphana
first run up of course number 154 2939877S Recruit Correctional Officer Chigango Tinotenda ari kuwanei Makwili?
Utinotenda lapana utola 200 watts portable plug go generator valued at $250 lapana, courtesy of Ashkai Marketing lapana, le gift box lapana, elile sipo elivela Old Mutual Assurance lapana. Siyabonga.
Our second run-up, of course, number 154, 2940570W, Recruit Correctional Officer Toko Sifas. Mururu nemurizo. Arikuwane mkomana uyu.
Utoko lapana toli voucher eli lesisindo esi $100 lapana, ivele 8 cars, le bogisi lapana, ali PY Old Mutual Funeral Assurance lapana. Siyabonga. Le $150 lapana ivela ku Mr. Mapako owe o Bodeka Tradings lapana. Siyabonga.
Overall best student, of course, number 155, 2941047P, Recruit Correctional Officer Mbutsa Ben Stanley.
Nguye mntwana ngumfana lapana chaba babuka uthola $425 lapana ehamba la esandleni kanye le laptop lesikhwama sayo sivela ku Mr. Mapako eBodeka Tradings lapana. Le bhokisi lezipho elivela Old Mutual Funeral Assurance lapana. Le sithupha sivela Edcars futhi lapana. Siyabonga.
Second run-up, first run-up, 2940664Y, Recruit Correctional Officer Chidodo Niko Kudakwashe.
Namyana lapana laye uchidodo Niko Kudakwashe utoli gift box lapana ivele Old Mutual Funeral Assurance, le itel smartphone S23 4G valued yona ilentengo $150 lapana, bese kuba le solar fan elentengo $90 lapana ivela ku Ashkai Tradings lapha. Siyabonga.
Second run-up, of course, number 155, 2941356A, Recruit Correctional Officer Sunday Esnat Mwanasikana Wadadisa. Mururu nemurizo.
Sunday Esnat lapana yenutola i-55-inch smart TV ivela African Century Bank. Siyabonga yoni ilentengo $250 lapana. Le box ele sipho lapana elivela Old Mutual Funeral Assurance lapana yiko kuhamba lo Sunday Esnat. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Tinotenda our chief guest, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. May we all rise as our chief guest is about to deliver his speech. May we all rise ngati sumukeitese panguva ino.
Asisukumeni lapha isethekelise esikhulu sesizaletha amazwi ahlakaniphileyo. Asisukumeni sitshengise inhlonipho. Siyabonga.
Ngati garedu pasi. Our Director of Ceremonies, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution,
Matabeleland North Province, Honorable Richard Moyo, the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Z. Ziambi, other ministers and deputy ministers who are here, Commissioner General of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services, Commissioner General M.C. Nchovu, senior government officials who are present, Commandant, Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services, Ntawazinduna Training School, Assistant Commissioner D. Shoko, senior officers from the uniformed forces, Izinduna Zetes Konap, Elbingelel, recruit correctional officers of the 154th and 155 Passout parade, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. It is my distinct honor and privilege to preside over this combined Passout parade of recruit correctional officers, courses number 154 and 155. Today's Passout parade symbolizes the end of a physically and intellectually demanding transformative phase of being nurtured into determined correctional officers. It also marks the beginning of a new and challenging career as serving members of the uniformed forces of the Republic of Zimbabwe. I'm informed that 1,620 recruits are graduating today. Of these, 1,107 are males and 513 are females. The gender representation is commendable. We are sure that the government will render the necessary support to enable the ZPCS to fulfill its constitutional mandate of protecting our nation through humane incarceration and rehabilitation of offenders for their successful reintegration back into communities. To the graduates, today marks the end of a journey that may have started with slow and small steps, but one that will take you to greater heights. You may have encountered difficulties along the way. However, you shouldered on and are now ingrained with the values of patriotism, loyalty, and teamwork. The transformative process from civilian orientation to correction officers has exposed you graduates to rigorous physical and theoretical training spanning over 6 months. the areas covered have shaped you to be the officers standing before us today. Training in areas such as basic security, constitutionalism, national ideology, human rights, gender and development will undoubtedly assist the young officers to play their part in fostering a just and effective correctional system of our country. Further, the various courses promoted professional integrity, enhanced decision-making, addressed gender dynamics, and created inclusive environment for solid career foundations for this sector. Ultimately, this builds community trust and informs rehabilitation and reintegration strategies towards safe and peaceful societies. Comrades and friends, ladies and gentlemen, my government is committed to the digital technology revolution, which is the cornerstone of modernization, industrialization, and efficient service delivery to drive sustainable economic growth of our country. The appropriate use of technology in the correctional domain can significantly enhance security efficiency, management and rehabilitation efforts. In this regard, as correctional officers, there is a need to adopt new technologies and the smart prison concept in the discharge of your new duties. Additionally, modern data analysis techniques should be leveraged in assessing the behaviors of inmates and risk levels. These and other innovations should inform the design of robust intervention strategies which are tailored to individual needs and the current trends. However, it is crucial to implement these technologies ethically so that they effectively contribute to the overall goals of rehabilitation and public safety. To date, my government is establishing a community information center at this school, which on completion will be accessible to the Ntawazinduna community. The center is also part of efforts to accelerate digital transformation for economic growth and innovation in our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe, leaving no one and no place behind. It is pleasing that this training school continues to make strides to buttress government programs of economic empowerment through the implementation of projects that enhance production and productivity, the promotion of innovation and entrepreneurship using own resources, and thereby reducing reliance on fiscal support is also commendable. As ZPCS, you are part of the security services architecture and a vital cog in the national development agenda. You must, therefore, be on high alert and acquit yourselves well in executing your constitutional mandate. Let us all live up to the national development philosophy, Nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatirwa nevene vayo. Ilizwe lakiwa, libuswe, likulekele ngabanikazi balo. Ukabona abantu beyimwenye kabona matira nyika yokwenyu Meanwhile, I note that Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service is attaining global recognition as testified by participation at the International Corrections and Prisons Association 2024 Annual Conference, recently held in Singapore. In this regard, I congratulate the ZPCS family and the Commissioner General in particular for raising the national flag high by being honored with the prestigious Head of Service Award at this international event. I urge you to continue. I urge you to continue with this transformational spirit, which is in line with the nation's Vision 2030. To you, the graduates, I emphasize that being a member of the security services requires unwavering loyalty, requires unwavering discipline, and a strong commitment to serving your motherland, Zimbabwe. I further urge you to work wholeheartedly and diligently, whilst upholding constitutionalism and professionalism. Your integrity must remain untarnished by selfish interests. Any form of indiscipline that could taint the reputation of the service or government or nation at large will not be tolerated. In this vein, my administration remains resolute in combating all forms of corrupt tendencies. As new ambassadors of the Zimbabwe Prison Correctional Service, I challenge you to adhere to high ethical standards and uprightness in your duties. Regrettably, Zimbabwe is facing a challenge of drug and substance abuse, particularly among the youths, with the security sector not being spared. This issue threatens our national security in various facets and impairs economic development. We therefore have a zero tolerance to drugs and substance abuse. Anyone caught engaging in such unethical behavior will face the full wrath of the law. I'm however impressed that ZPCS is implementing a wide array of activities and programs to combat this scourge, including through awareness campaigns with officers, inmates, and communities. I call upon recruits to reject such illicit activities and take bold steps towards building a brighter Zimbabwe for all. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, I applaud the school commandant and your team for the impressive work we have witnessed today. The quality of the parade reflects the dedication and hard work put forth. Well done, Commandant. Your stewardship and the molding of these young cadres has been instrumental in shaping them to be the new correction officers, grade 1, standing before us today. To you, the graduates, as you step into the service of our great country, our motherland, Zimbabwe, carry with you the lessons and memories from your training. Do not just dream of the future, but become the architects of the future you want. Approach your work with courage and optimism to make a positive impact wherever you will be deployed. Remember, however, learning is a lifelong journey. Rwendo, and your thirst for knowledge must never stop. Stay abreast of evolving trends in correctional management and continually sharpen your knowledge and skills in this field and career. With these remarks, it is now my honor and privilege to congratulate you, the graduating 154th and the 155th recruit correctional officers, for the success you have achieved today. May your careers as correctional officers be filled with success and endless possibilities. I also wish you all and your families journey mercies as you travel back home, a joyous festive season, the Christmas and New Year which is approaching, and wish you a prosperous and rewarding 2025. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe.
Thank you. A round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen. Our chief guest, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Mururu na muridzo. Zviri kuitika pandaba zinduna anditi tinotenda.
Bathandeka abahle sithanda ukubonga umongameli wethu omkhulu onguye oyisethekeli sethu esikhulu ngokusinika amazwi ahlakaniphileyo asimtshayelele umpululu kwenzakala lapha endaba zinduna training school. Siyabonga.
Alright! Alright! Go! Stand! Easy! Stand! Easy!
And now, Your Excellency, with your permission, as we proceed with our program, I would like to extend a warm welcome to Correctional Officer Grade 1, Chinyamunjiko Taonga, who will come forward, propose a vote of thanks, and thereafter present a token of appreciation to you, Your Excellency. Thanking you for making this day truly a memorable one for all of us. Correctional Officer Grade 1, Chinyamunjiko Taonga. That is our overall best of combined course number 154 and 155. Mururune Murizo. Mururu, mururu, mururu. Pane zvaitika mberuko.
Permission to propose the vote of thanks. Thank you, Your Excellency.
As he prepares to take his position and do justice, allow me to appreciate Mr. and Mrs. Abrahams, Mukwasha Wedu, Wedelin Marketing, Private Limited, 6 trophies and 50 medals. Yes.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. E.D. Munangagwa, I 29399 CO1 Chinyamunjiko Taonga, on behalf of the school commandant, Assistant Commissioner D.S. Shoko, and her entire school training staff, fellow graduates, and indeed on my own behalf, it is my distinct honor and privilege to propose a hearty vote of thanks to you. Your Excellency, we profoundly thank you for taking time off your demanding schedule to grace our combined pass-out parade for courses 154 and 155. As trained correctional officers ready to deliver, we have learned that discipline, resilience, and teamwork are the foundational principles in which we build our characters and careers. Your inspiring words have motivated us all to reach greater heights in serving our beloved nation, Zimbabwe. As you have awarded us the prestigious opportunity to be correctional officers of this dear country, we will strive to make this institution an esteemed hub of rehabilitation activities. To my fellow colleagues, I offer my respect and admiration for your hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Together, we have faced challenges and surmounted obstacles that try to pose a threat to our journey, which we are profusely celebrating today. To our officers commanding provinces, we receive lectures on human rights, entrepreneurship skills, and many more areas. As such, we believe that complete transformation has taken place and assure you that we are going to provide consequential services in enhancing development projects that are being implemented at provinces. Our sincere gratitude is also extended to our Commissioner General of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service and his management team for the maximum support, the organizing committee, which worked persistently to have this event even more graceful and glorified, and the corporate world for sponsoring various categories of our best students. Your Excellency, as graduates, we are what we are today because of the mentorship that we received from the Commandant and her entire team, who relentlessly dedicated themselves to our training and development, which imparted correctional best practices in us, confirming with Cicero, who posited, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. We strongly promise you, Your Excellency, that we are going to serve the nation with honor, valor, and commitment as we actuate the rich knowledge that we acquired from this training school to propel the nation into greater heights. Finally, allow me to extend our deepest gratitude to everyone who made today's graduation ceremony amazing. Your unwavering support has added great meaning to this celebration. As we part, Your Excellency, allow me to say journey mercies and also take this opportunity to kindly present to you our surprise token of appreciation, which shall be delivered to you later. Your Excellency, I thank you.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. As you have heard, the token of appreciation to our chief guest is a surprise. So we leave that to course number 154 and course number 155 to do justice. On another note, Your Excellency, with your permission, we have the Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, Commissioner General Dr. Moses Cyril Chuovu. He's also ready to present a token of appreciation on behalf of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service. And this one is not a surprise. This one is not a surprise, Your Excellency. If you check to your right, there is something already happening. And the Commissioner General is getting ready, preparing to hand you over the token of appreciation on behalf of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause. Mururu Nizo. Ndaona makwai maviri. Hanzi ihadzi akwili. Hanzi ndedze mbeu. Adzisitse kunotya. Thank you, Your Excellency. As we come to the end of our program, may we all be upstanding. Shortly, Your Excellency, we shall sing the national anthem, Shona version, being led by ZPCS Ndabasinduna Military Band.
All right. All right. Now. Long. Arms.
Shona version. Excellency, we have come to the close of our official program. Ladies and gentlemen, may we remain standing. Shortly, we shall witness the departure of our chief guest.
Bathandekayo, lapho sesigoqa ihlelo lethu namhlanje, sesizabona ukuphuma enkundleni ukamnxuso wethu omkhulu, asiqhubekeni simile sibona ukulandelayo. Siyabonga.
Our guests of honor, they're proceeding for a photo session in front of the school administration block. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Mururu Nemurizo! Shortly, there we are. Ndoshukuitika pano pantaba Zinduna Training School. Mururu mururu! Shumba mrambwi.
Ngalesi sikhathi sizabona umongameli wethu enyukela ngase admin block besiyathatha imfanekiso labanye abahlonishwa akade bekhona lapha. Siyabonga.
And also, following, we have the Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service also joining our chief guest for the photo session, Commissioner General Dr. Moses Siriongo Aitechovu.
Sesibona futhi lokuphuma enkundleni kwa-Commissioner General wethu we-Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service esiyalumbana kanye lomongameli wethu bethatha imfanekiso etshiyetshiyeneyo. Siyabonga.
Shortly, the parade commander, Chief Superintendent Louis Maringwa.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1,619 correctional officers have graduated today, being officiated by His Excellency and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of Zimbabwe. He has just walked out, and we officially have 1,619 correctional officers. Bupilo.
Ngempela Dora silubonile uhlelo luhamba kakuhle, simbonile umongameli ebusisa engwenja lumhlonishwa obekhona, sikwazi ukuthi besikusifundo sika 154 lo 155 ama RCOs abagqibe zona izifundo zabo namhlanje, njalo siyakwazi ukuthi kusukela namhlanje babe sebebizwa ngokuthi ngama correctional officers grade 1.
Yes, the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces encouraged them to uphold the Constitution, to do their work with integrity as security officers. And he did remind them, as usual, that in other words, they are going out there to build their country wherever they are, as they are working with the inmates and as they are helping them reintegrate back into society and to rehabilitate them as well.
Ngango Dora rikori rofunda zvinji namusi ngauri roba ruchikobona vachikusumbedzera zvote zvevaguta nahone vachikorevwa uri vonekedzwa chifhinga chauri navone vakone kukandira panda vachikovavone vanokoelinda akadzi dorongodza changoni lino richikodiva uri vachikobva apa namusi ndivone rinodova richikowakwana akadzi dorongodzo pamba nawo dzachangoni lino rikodiva uri dzangano la ZPCS Zimbabwe Prison Correctional Service linadzi dorongodzo pamba nawo rikodiva uri vahone vachikurubi maximum prison vaone zvosiyanawo zvinji apo vanova vachikori hone vothe vanokokwanira vachikochinya kana vachikopambanisa milayo yashango vakovharirwa kadzirongo dzinokufanana idzo uri vakone ushumisana navamwe naukona uri vakandere panda vachikobvera panda. Siyakwazi ukuthi Dora lezi nsuku zinengi izinto ezenzwayo ikakhulu nxa sikhangela abatsha bathwele nzima ngokusebenzisa izidakamizwa. So sikhangela namhlanje siyabona ukuthi lokhu okwenziwe namhlanje kuzaphathisa ukuthi ama correctional officers lawa bebona ukuthi babaphathisa njani ukuthi nxa sebephuma amajele benelisa uqhubeka phambili bengasebenzisi izidakamizwa lezo.
Indeed, Bupilo, this is one of the cries, or one of the fights that we are holding as a nation, the fight against drug and substance abuse. And one of the things that I know is very critical in the security forces is discipline. So, in other words, we have 1,619 well-disciplined correctional officers who are going to go out there and help people keep in line in terms of keeping the law and not just taking care of the prisoners, but as well as making sure that they're empowered so that as they go out to the society, they are reintegrated back, they are able to take care of themselves. One of the things that worry us most is that when people come out of prison, society takes time to appreciate them and to accept them. But when they are rehabilitated, they are able to take care of themselves. I have with me right now the Chief Lecturer of Ntabazinduna Prisons and Correctional Services, Mr. Superintendent Matole. Yes, Superintendent Matole. And as the Chief Lecturer, what does this day mean to you?
Thank you so much. This is a great day indeed for recruit correctional officers for the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, as we are witnessing a historic graduation pass out for recruit correctional officers. It's indeed a big day, an incredible day, as we are training quite a number of officers to do their constitutional mandate, which is rehabilitation and reintegration of offenders.
Okay, kulama courses ebeliwenzisa izifundi lezi esesigraduatele namhlanje. Ungathi fahla ngamafitshane ama course akade bewakhangela kakhulu.
Okay, thank you. Bakhavile izifundo eziningi ezitshiyatshiyeneyo ezibangela ezikhombisa ezingange criminal justice system, ICT, national ideology, bakhavile futhi correctional management, prison administration, security, the civic education, among others.
Ngasikhangela ke lonyaka lithi lilaba graduate lekathe sabang 1619 kibo bonke kuthiwa kulamantombazana ayi513 kuthiwa inamba enkulu selokho laqalayo lapha eNtabazinduna. Bekunjani ukufundisa a bigger number than the other years?
Yeah, bekumsebenzi omkhulu kakhulu bekungalula njengoba libona inani langikhona ukuthi inani elikhulu kakhulu. Yes, umsebenzi omkhulu esiwenzileyo. Siyabonga Commissioner General, siyabonga umongameli wethu welizwe ngokusisekela kakhulu, ngokusisekela lokhu kangaka ukurecruiting numbers amakhulu kangaka kuba senze umsebenzi wethu.
Singakhangela inani lamantombazana lokho lilincane, sikhuthaza kakhulu ukuthi kube lokulinganiswa kwamathuba phakathi kwabesilisa labesifazana. Kodwa ke ngasikhangela amantombazana abayi513 abafana be1609. Lizenza njani njengenhlanganiso ukuthi like livale lo umgabo khona ukuthi kungabi le gap enkulu phakathi kwabantu abesilisa labesifazana abatrainwayo?
Yeah, kulomzamo emkhulu enziwayo njengoba libona inani lona leli elikhuluma ngalo 513, it's quite a big number, and ngakhangela even nama promotions ethu ayananzelela kakhulu ukupromota abesifazana ukuthi labo babe ku same level esilinganisa labo baba.
Besikhangela ke ngomnyaka ophelileyo abagraduateayo ngaphandle kwama courses elaluwayenza lapha bebelenhlelo ezinye ezokufunda ukwenza inwele, ukwenza ama makeup, okwe carpentry. Lonyaka ke sizwe kuthiwa beligxile kakhulu ku horticulture. Ungasitshela nje kabanzi ngalokho?
Yeah, i-horticulture, yes, besinayo iprogram yona leyi, ama projects ayona lawa ukuthi benelise ukuthi babe lama skills, benelise ukuthi bangahamba ema stations lapha baya khona bafike benze ama projects afanayo, njalo lokuthi achieve food security, senelise ukuthi sizifide singarely much on our fiscals, si reduce kumbe sehlise umthwalo omkhulu kuhulumende.
Sisuka lapho ke Superintendent Matole, likhangeleleni njengenhlanganiso eminyakeni ozayo mhlawumbe kuma recruits abuyayo okungenza ukuthi inhlanganiso yeni isebenze kangcono?
Sikhangelele ukuqhubekela phambili, si trainer ama officers amaningi silama development courses esiwakhangelela ukuthi siwenze ukwenzela ukuthi ama officers ethu enelise ukwenza umsebenzi wawo ngendlela efaneleyo.
Bekungokuqala ukuthi libe lezifundo esivela ku Sun community, bekunjani kubafundisi?
Yes, bekumsebenzi omkhulu kakhulu. Ngathi actually this is the third group nxa ngaphambanisa ukuba layo lapha training school. Batshengisa ukuthi labo bafisa ukuthuthuka, bafisa ukuthi babe ngabantu laba abaphakemeyo. Yikho siyambonga uHulumende ngemizamo emkhulu ukuthi yona li group ye society at least ibe labantu labo abaphathekayo ezifundweni ezinje ezemilitary.
Siyabonga kakhulu Mr. Mathola ukuba khona kwenu. Siyabonga kakhulu lo msebenzi omkhulu eliwenzayo. Siyabona ke izithelo zakhona namhlanje. Ngiyathemba ujabula kakhulu njengo chief lecturer ukubona ke namhlanje izifundo ezi1619 sezigraduateile. Thank you so much. That is Superintendent Mathola, who is the Chief Lecturer here at Ntabazinduna Prisons Training School. And ladies and gentlemen, 1,619 correctional officers behind me, celebrating together with their parents, their siblings, their children. It's been a very beautiful and wonderful day, and they were congratulated by himself, the President of Zimbabwe, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces today.
Siyababona Dora abazali izihlobo labangani bachaya impululu bayaveza sibili ukuthi bayathokoza ukuthi abantwana babo sebeze bagqiba izifundo lezo ezizakwenza ukuthi labo betholakale bephatha kakhulu emphakathini. Re tseba gore lefatshe santsi le tswela pele ka mananeo a batlang o bona batho bohle ba thusa ho mananeo ohle a tobakelang ore lefatshe le khone o ba le dilo tse dingata tse di fapaneng. Re tseba re metapelo wa lefatshe o rula a khuthaja ore batho aba ba ye lefatshe la bona ka bo bona ba tsebo re lefatshe le ligwa kae e bile le totile kae.
Yes, indeed, Bupilo. We're seeing a very beautiful display here. This is their final display here at the Ntabazinduna Prisons Training School. And I'm sure for them it's been a beautiful 6 months with all the trainings, the drills and all. But indeed, it was worth it. And here they are today celebrating 513 females. You can imagine that's a big number according to the school. This is the first time they've enrolled this much of female students. But as you heard our conversation with Superintendent Mathola, the idea is that there be a balance as we talk about opportunities between the males and females in our society.
Sizwile phela besithi inani lelo elika 1619 linani eliphezulu kakhulu nxa befanisa leminye iminyaka njalo beveza ukuthi ukulinganiswa kwamathuba phakathi kwabesilisa labesifazana kungani kuba ngcono nxa sikhangela imithetho yeZimbabwe Prison Correctional Service iZPCS ngoba ithi yona abesifazana labesilisa kumele bethole amathuba afanayo. Nxa ukhangela siyababona amantombazana Dora labo baphethe izikhali okuyinto esasivame ukuyibona isenza ngabesilisa kuphela kodwa iZPCS ithi yona aqhubeli phambili siyakha ilizwe lethu sibona ukuthi labesifazana labo bayaphatheka kunhlelo ezifana lalezo record babori shango likhanela phanda lishkonekeza abafumakazi nabone uri bakona ukandela phanda bachikothusa khambe kanyamshumo zinokhoveleza phanda uri shango likono uba nabathu banabuthu abantu abalobuntu Dora abantu abakwaziyo ukuthi nxa sikhangela ilizwe ukuthi kumele lihambe njani nxa sikhangela ukuphathisa labo abadala amacala ngoba siyakwazi ukuthi umuntu ulakho ukudala icala ngenxa yezizathu ezehlukeneyo. Ngakho ama correctional officers grade 1 lawa namhlanje bazaphuma bephathana lalabo abasemajele.
Indeed, Bupilo, the mission statement for the ZPCS, I'll just go through it. It says to protect society from criminal elements through incarceration and rehabilitation of offenders for their successful reintegration into society while exercising reasonable, safe, secure and human control. And we are seeing rehabilitation efforts being done. This is what Mathola was also talking about, horticultural projects, which the correctional officers have been taught. In turn, they will also teach the inmates in their different stations so that when they are integrated back into society, they are empowered, they can take care of themselves. Because most of the times when an inmate has been released, we relatives, we friends, we sisters worry about what they are going to do, how they are going to survive. But the ZPCS is taking the mandate to make sure that as they are reintegrated back into society, they are rehabilitated and they are also empowered.
Muli Zimbabwe siluboni luhlelo lwanamhlanje luhamba kakuhle umbuthano umkhosi lo lapho esibone khona abanengi beqeqeshwa benikeza isithupha ezokuveza ukuthi sebegqibile izifundo zabo izifundo abazenze phakathi kwenyanga eziyisithupha. Siyakwazi ukuthi bekulo course 154 lo 155 ngakho sibonile nomongameli eseyenze umsebenzi wakhe njengomhlonishwa wasesuka nje evalelisa esithi ilizwe liqhubele phambili lisakhiwa anini lo
impela ngempela nikangaiva kwenevene bayo. The president will make it longer and say ikulekelwe ibuswe yakhiwe ngabanikazi balo. So this has been a beautiful day. People graced the heat to come and congratulate their sons and daughters. And well, from us here, it's been a beautiful day. Good day.
Khabasara zwavhuḓi nga mulalo.